Hey everyone, it's Monday, October 12th. Last night, I got the first row on clue 2 of the bubbles done, which is very exciting because today I'm going to try and finish the eyelet section. And when I do that section, I think I'm going to use my contrast color, of course, along with this blue sparkly yarn, like this. Because I figure on this brioche, I held together the mohair and the sparkle yarn. And so the eyelet section needs to be a bit fancy also, but I don't want to completely cover up the actual eyelet openings with a bunch of mohair. I don't want them to be all filled in. I really want them to be kind of flowy and airy, and I think it looks fine with the mohair. It's just a personal preference. I'd rather do sparkle there than the mohair. Also, I kind of want to reserve the mohair for later on in the shawl. If we are going to use another mohair there in another section, I just want to make sure I really have enough of it to do that. So that should make that work. It's a lot of knitting. How do you guys feel about having just short of 400 stitches on your needle per row to handle? I know that a few times I've had to stop in the middle of the row to just go do things because it's just so time consuming to finish one row. And I'm terrified I'm going to drop off a whole bunch of stitches. I really hope that doesn't happen, but I'm sure a lot of people have done that just because they have lives to attend to. But I'm excited about clue 3. I'm going to get to work on this, and hopefully I'll check back with you guys later. This is the first inflatable of the season. We put it up last night. It is a vampire Q, and it's really adorable, and it lights up at night. It's Tuesday, October 15th. I had a bit of a setback yesterday around 3 that caused me to have to stop working on the shawl. The holdup is that I have several different types of migraine. And yesterday I suffered from a vestibular migraine, which caused me to have a giant vertigo spell. It just feels like I'm falling off the face of the earth. I flail a little bit, my arms jet out because it truly feels like I'm falling and my body reacts like I'm falling. The good thing about that type of migraine is it doesn't cause any head pain. The bad thing is that it causes a lot of general dizziness, coordination issues, some memory loss. Not memory loss to the point where I don't know where I'm at or any of that. Just, I'll say it's a different day of the week than it is. I have a hard time doing things like simple math. I'll misspeak or I'll think things in my head and I don't know if I've said them out loud or not, that kind of disoriented thing. And it just sucks all of the energy away, just every single bit of it. And so I have to spend a day recovering a little bit because while a lot of those symptoms are gone, you just kind of feel like you're drunk the day after a migraine, like a hungover. It's very hard to explain to people that don't suffer with it. But I don't want anybody to worry about me. I've had many MRIs in my life. There's nothing scary going on. I'm under the treatment of a great neurologist, and I wasn't even going to bring this up. But so many people, there's like millions of people suffer from migraines, and there's a ton of different kinds of migraines. And my family is incredibly supportive. And when I have one of these, and I just hope that everybody else who suffers with any kind of migraine has the same support that I get. And if you have friends or family that suffer with migraines, please understand that it's not just a headache. It affects all of your senses in your entire nervous system. You can't just pop a couple pills and be 100% most of the time. There's a lot of medications on the market now But those medications tend to maybe lessen the frequency of your migraines as opposed to stopping them completely. And there are also emergency meds that you can take. I have one of those, and it definitely helps. But there's really nothing that completely stops a migraine in its tracks, no matter what the pharmaceutical companies may tell you, at least not in my experience. If you've been so lucky, I'm super happy for you. So people suffering from these type of things really just need some extra grace while it's happening. My family's great with it. So, like I said, I hope anybody else who suffers with them also has that same grace afforded to them. That's the only reason I brought it up, because it's so common, and I don't think it's talked about very much, how it impacts people's daily lives. But it definitely impacted my daily life yesterday, and it's impacting it today. So I just thought it would be a disservice to not mention it. My shawl, let's get on to some knitting. Okay. Yesterday, I did get quite a bit done despite having to stop early. I got started on my eyelets, as you can see right there. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in them, but they look great. I'm really happy with my choice to put this eyelet section in and to hold the sparkly blue yarn along with my contrast color, because it looks amazing. I think it's going to flow really well. And it also is going much more quickly than working the brioche. So it's helping me catch up on a little bit of time, which I also appreciate, especially right now. I'm really curious, what are you guys doing for yours? And what do you think the construction is going to be like for the next clue? I think he's going to have us keep a bunch of stitches on the needles, slide a bunch of stitches on the scrap yarn, and then just work off in sections again, because that's more of his construction style. But, maybe not. Maybe we're going to do more brioche. Maybe there's something I haven't thought of, and we're just going to keep working in this giant row back and forth. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with pretty much anything he throws at us, because I always learn something. But I think he's probably going to have us section these off and work in bits rather than the whole thing, just because that's more his style. For now, though, I've been spending the morning updating my thumbnails on the website, because I've learned, and the titles for that matter, because I've learned a lot more about how YouTube operates and what I need to do. One, just to make them look better, but two, to make it more relevant to the algorithm. And I said I was continuously improve what I'm doing here with this vlog, and I 100% meant that, and this is part of that, even though it's a lot of work and it may not be worth it. It's worth it to me, because I'm getting practice on using my programs, and just getting in there and doing the work. And it's some work. People who think that working on this stuff content-wise is not work, and it really is if you want to please the YouTube gods, as it were. So that's what I've been doing this morning. It's pretty laid back. I hope to get back to my knitting this afternoon. For now, though, I think I'm going to go get some breakfast. But thank you so much for sticking with me today. If I don't make it back, then I hope you had a great last couple days. By the time you're watching this, they'll have been done, so I hope they were great. I appreciate you stopping in, spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.